Welcome to the Rebel Love Show. We are a once-a-week broadcast from Manchester, New Hampshire, where we are pro-pots, pro-gun, and pro-coffee. You can find all of our contents on LRN.FM and also soon-to-be RebelLoveShow.com. I got that up and running, but it's not released yet, but it will be out there soon. I am Mathias.
And I'm Shire Dude.
And our guest today is none other than Ellen Ball, right?
Yes,
oh, yeah.
that's my name. Don't wear it out.
Is that what you're going by tonight?
Yeah, you need a new you need an alias.
Does she need a Liberty name?
Yeah, you need an Liberty name.
I already kind of have one. It's like my handle for Snapchat
yeah.
Skype, I think. It's Ellen Stallone. That was actually a name that Allie and I came up with before we started ALP.
Do you want all the listeners in the LRN chat to add you on Snapchat now?
Wow. No, actually, they don't know how to spell it. They don't know.
Oh, they'll figure it out now. UB66 is going to be like all on that.
Oh gosh.
He's going to download Snapchat just to add you on there.
Well, the underscore is really going to throw him off. I'm not going to tell you where I put it.
It'll really throw him for a loop, yeah.
Yeah, it would. Okay, so we don't have a stream yet going up tonight, but we will in the next segments.
We have audio.
We got audio going.
But we don't have video yet. We're having some growing pains with the new equipment.
Yeah, well, we're recording it, so the final release product will be out on the YouTube channel. However, we have upgraded the show. I like to call this. We're on season 5 now, right?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. So basically, just like how in the Shire, years go by quickly, the show has gone through multiple different forms, evolutions, character dynamics, storylines, all that jazz. And on top of that, like equipment. Like we started the show with I started this show before Shire Dude was even here. So there's been multiple different seasons. And it really feels like now Ellen, you are on the premiere of season 5.
Wow, so this is like beyond spring, summer, fall, winter. We're now on to some undiscovered territory.
A new season.
Yeah. Episode 49 is season. This is episode 49.
Oh, well,
49.
I am honored to be a pioneer of this episode.
Okay.
Good to have you on.
Thank you.
Yeah, so hopefully this season will go great. No I don't know. Hopefully nothing too bad.
Right. Well, we're having growing pains. Just
we're learning hospital.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad though. I'm glad we're actually like striving for change on the show instead of just doing the same like Google Hangout show over and over again.
Yeah, I love the fact people make Google Hangout shows, but I agree. Yeah, this is a lot more than a Google Hangout show. Even though we use Google Hangouts to put it up on YouTube,
right?
And for the live stream, but we're not. Like case in point, Ellen, you're sitting across the studio from us right now.
Yes.
You're not contacting us via online.
I'm not 50 miles away.
Yeah,
coming through your computer screen.
Exactly. Right. So, anyways, our THC hiatus is finally over.
Woo!
All right.
That's exciting.
I know, right? It's about time. We did 2 weeks.
So I have to ask, did it change you in any way? Like, did you feel different after a certain period of time?
During the hiatus,
yes.
Or after the hiatus?
During.
I had more swelling in my legs, but I have bad legs anyways.
Okay. I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm asking mostly like besides the physical aspects, did you notice any change in like how you behaved or your memory capacity maybe? I'm sure a lot of people are wondering about that.
No, I was still forgetful as much as I am when I'm smoking pot as well as when I'm not smoking pot. Yeah, that didn't change.
Were you more creative? Were you less free thought?
I felt as if I had more I guess not more energy, but a little bit more focus from time to time, where I kind of wanted, because sometimes when I smoke, I'm like, well, you know what, I really should work on the show and do content or do something, or I'll just go have fun.
Yeah,
and
that's what you want to do usually. Like, sometimes I'll use it to exercise. because you don't feel the pain when you're exercising. It's great. You can just keep going.
Right, and exercise is boring, like largely.
It's not. If you live in the country like I do and you run through the mountains.
When you get high, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah, so like you can add a little excitement there.
I've been meaning to go on a hiking trip up in the Lakes region.
It's a beautiful place
I
to
know,
do it.
it does look beautiful up there.
But the bugs will eat you alive, so make sure you bring some essential oils or 2 pounds of DEET, something like that. I don't know. I walked outside yesterday and literally could not open my eyes because there's clouds of mosquitoes.
Really?
Yeah.
Clouds of mosquitoes, like
Yes.
a swarm.
This is breeding season for them. They're just mating all over the place, and we have to feed them. So, but besides that, yeah, definitely some beautiful areas in the Lakes region.
So, Shire Dude, what about the THC cleanse for you? How are you feeling?
I can't remember if I was able to remember more during
Oh
the
wow,
hiatus.
there's proof right there. That's all we need to hear.
But yeah, aside from like, I guess, attitude, like stepping away from smoking pot like every day, you kind of get more of a view of like what to use it for. Instead of just smoking it every day now, I kind of like I'll smoke a little bit before I go to bed, or I'm kind of like using it more carefully now.
So it has a specialized purpose in your life. It's not just that you're smoking recreationally. This is something that actually helps you function in a certain way.
Right. Like
Not that there's anything wrong with recreational.
oh no, not at all.
Well, I'm not saying it's wrong, but it does become an expensive habit.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Much
And
like anything else.
That was why I did the cleanse.
And then you go through an existential crisis wondering if you're really the person you would be if you weren't using drugs.
Oh, I would not be the person I am today if it wasn't for pot. Yeah,
Well,
that's absolutely true.
It does change you, but you have to wonder, like, for better or worse.
No, it'd be so boring. If I had never altered my
Yeah.
perception in any way, that'd be so boring. Ugh.
Yeah, you
I
want
wouldn't
to
like
alter
that.
your perception on how the
Yeah,
world
but
is.
I mean, you want to have the steady ups and downs. You don't want it to be a total flat line, right? So
Right.
instead of smoking every day all the time, constantly being high, you have to be like not high for a while to see if your behavior is different than when you are high. And like going on a hiatus like that, it's just, I don't know. I wonder how it would be, because usually for me it's like once a week at least is how often I smoke. So not doing it for that long, I feel like I would become much more boring and probably more irritated,
so
more irritable.
just once a week for you.
That's my minimum, at least for the past few months.
Yeah.
At least that's what it's been.
Okay, yeah. I used to be like maybe 2 or 3 times a week for like years, and then after that, I really jumped up to like pretty much every night. But I'm not a wake and bake person though. That's not my thing.
I
No.
am sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes it's just the right day. Where
Right.
you just
Well, yeah.
gotta
If I
get
have
high in
if I have the
morning.
day off and blah blah blah, but when it comes to like me actually working or anything like that, no, I definitely have to be in control, mentally. If I'm
Yeah,
like
you
doing a lot of work, I
Never
don't want
want
to
to go to work
intoxicated.
high. Never want to go to work.
I'm
high.
not a fan of that at all now. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to be sober for work. I
Yeah.
can't do the I don't know how some
It's too
people
much pressure. Like,
Right.
That's not fun.
I want to be able to enjoy myself when I'm high. I don't want to have to like make stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. I want to when I'm smoking, it's either for my enjoyment or for my creativity, one or the other. It's not it's not just to get past by work. It's to get through work. When I go to work,
Right.
I actually try to bust my ass so I can pay for all this life here.
I know. It's so
You know.
strange. You have to have that separation, though. Like, when you're at work, you're in work mode. And when you go home, that's when you bust loose and have fun.
Oh my God. Like when I get home from work, it is literally, I feel like sometimes when I get off of work, I'm like, I'm itching to just walk out the door,
Yeah.
because
you just
I want,
leave it behind.
well, I actually like my job a lot, but at the same time, I just want to get out and like live this adventure, because every day for me is an adventure here, and I got to get out of work just to, live again. We'll be back with, after this, with more from Ellen. Okay, Okay, dude.
My name
You
is
need to go
Jacob
back to this really
Hornberger.
quick. Let
I'm
me show you
president
something.
of the Future of Freedom Foundation, which Congressman Ron Paul awarded
They're not
for
muted
having
right
an
now.
outstanding freedom
So we have
website.
to wait until
Write
the
us at
next part plays to start talking.
fff.org, and we'll send you a free 3-month
When the
subscription
bumper
to our
hits,
monthly journal of
the mics are
libertarian
live on
essays
LRN.
and our
The mics are
booklet,
live right now,
Economic
though.
Liberty in the Constitution,
Dude,
which
Wirecast.
George Mason University
no idea.
economics professor Walter
It's
Williams praised in a recent column. That's FFF at fff.org.
Are you
How
getting
we install
squeezed
Chrome?
by the economic downturn?
Use Chrome.
Hey, you were doing fine. Then all of a sudden you're having a tough time paying your family's credit card bills. Maybe you
Anyways,
downsized or
Wirecast, like
even
half the
lost a
time,
job, but you
the
still owe
camera angle you
10
have
or
was
more
just
credit
because we're
card
recording
bills,
this
and
still
you
on
just
Wirecast.
can't afford the
All right,
minimum payments
like you have
anymore.
for the
We're
longest
here
time
to
you just
help.
had on the
We
title.
are
I know,
the
because
Genesis
it's
Debt
look at this,
Partners.
look at this.
We know the secrets to negotiate better terms with your creditors.
I don't
Make
actually
a
have no
free
idea
10-minute
if-
call
You have to hit
right
that button
now
every
and
time.
let
Every
us
time?
I don't
help
know.
you
That's not how it used to be.
get out of debt.
All right, so you gotta figure out how to fix that, too.
800-981-7590.
Okay, well-
That's ridiculous.
If you
I
owe
should be
10
the
grand
LRN
or more in credit card
credit
debt
card debt.
and you
Yeah,
want to
that's-
learn how you can pay less and get out of debt
With your,
faster,
Should it be
call
on stream
right
as well?
now.
Try clicking on it.
800-981-7590. 800-981-7590.
Yeah, it should
Get
be
out
set
of
up to
debt
record,
now.
right?
Yeah, it's recording right now, yeah.
800-981-7590.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.fm running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.fm comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's
cute.
broadcast.lrn.fm.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Actually, right now during the break, no one can listen to us.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom,
What do you want to talk about next?
liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material.
ALP history.
FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and
I don't know
Peace
why
Love
it
Liberty
switches
Radio
between
at
that
fppradio.com
Wirecast. I think
and
that's an
the
updated
monthly
version. I
newspaper
don't know why
FPP
I'm sure
News
there's a way
at
to fix that.
news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc.
Don't sweat, dude.
That's
We're a learning hospital. At least we're on LRN, and we'll
That's
still have the
it.
audio.
Creative Commons.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM
Worst comes to
are,
worst.
1, let your
If you don't
friends
get
know you're listening
working
to
right away, we can always
LRN.FM
just throw it
on
in.
your social network
We got
profile.
the video being
Buy the
recorded,
things
so.
you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3, give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
On LRN.FM, we talk a lot about alternative currencies. Did you know that now you can buy gold, silver, and other precious metals with bitcoins? LRN.FM has partnered with Amaji Metals to bring you great prices on beautiful .999 fine silver, as well as gold, platinum, and other metals. Check out their selection and pay with bitcoins or Federal Reserve notes at metal.lrn.fm. That's metal.lrn.fm.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm.
Welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. And, Ellen,
Yes. That's me.
how did...
I love that chipper response just
I
now.
know. How did it end up that you were on ALP?
How did it end up?
Yeah,
Or
how-
how did it begin?
Oh, that's a better way to look
Better
at it.
question. So, how that began, actually, the story starts a little bit earlier than the whole initial idea of ALP. That began back when I moved to New Hampshire in early 2013. It was like January 2013, and I just showed up to a social Sunday, and I met this girl who was like really quirky and kind of interesting. Her name was Cecilia, and she asked me to be on a podcast with her, and I said, I'm not good at public speaking, but I'll give it a try because I want to get to know people and get involved. Like, that's the whole reason I moved to New Hampshire, was to be involved. So I gave it a shot, and that ended up being Ladies and Keen. But after a while, the show ended because they wanted Cecilia and the other co-host at the time, Shauna, kind of wanted to do their own thing. So they told Ian that they would be ending the show. So Ian was looking for something to fill the slot of Ladies and Keen. So he talked to Allie because Allie had, done activism in the past. She was already known around here. And Allie needed a co-host for that, and she and I had never really talked that much, but she figured, why not give it a shot? Like, I've heard this Ellen girl before. She sounds kind of smart or whatever. I don't know what she saw in me, but it was something. So we went on a date to Five Guys. We ate burgers and fries, and we talked about this new show that could potentially be springing up out of this, and that's basically the inception of it. Was when Ladies and Keen ended, ALP flowered out of it, and it took some time. We did a pilot episode that has never been released in public.
Ooh.
I don't
Really?
really, I'm not sure where the file is now.
Oh no.
Yeah, that was our test, basically, to see if our show model would work, because we came up with this idea kind of, we're just scratching down ideas, trying to figure out what would sound good with both of us. We're Liberty ladies, and we want to come off as smart, so we're going to do a topical show where we focus in on one thing every show we have. And so we did the pilot episode, and it turned out really well. Like, we had fun. We were filling all the time with, all these things and thoughts flying through our heads. And it was just like, it was a really happy moment for both of us. So we told Ian that we would do it. And then there we were.
So now I know we talked to Allie when we had Allie on about ALP. If someone wanted to go and listen to an episode of ALP, where would they find it now? Like a
Nowhere.
YouTube or nowhere?
Nowhere.
Really?
ALP did have a website. It was alppodcast.com.
And then
That's a horrible
obviously,
name, by the way.
Well, there was other names. There's other ALP groups that had taken up the website names, but actually no, it was easy to remember. And I've heard from people living in other countries that they can still access the website, but for some reason nobody here can. And I've talked to Allie about this. She said that she bought the server or the domain name again. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But there are people out there who have the episodes, and I'm still going to work on trying to find a way to get that back up. It's not something that I devote a lot of time to. I've been saying this for like a while, but I'm just procrastinating.
You know what's shocking?
What's that?
Well, he must have been playing favors, because you normally don't get on LRN after one podcast that's a pilot episode.
Well, Allie, she worked with Adam Kokesh for a while. She had been here for a few years already. She was well known. So, and I had already been doing Ladies and Keen. So I think Ian trusted both of us. And
how many episodes of Ladies and Keen did you do?
We did a year's worth. We did close to 50. I think we did 50.
Wow.
Porkfest last year was our last episode. And
Wait, you were still recording by last Porkfest?
Was it last Porkfest? It was Porkfest
Or is
of
it two
2014.
Really?
Yes.
I thought that show was off the air before I even moved here.
No. Porkfest was our last episode. I remember vividly.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, shows how much I paid attention, I guess.
That's okay. I don't expect everyone to know who we are.
So, when are you going to start your own show, or like a new thing? You guest on people's shows all the
thing.
time. Yeah, a whole new show.
I know. Well, I do feel bad about that, for starters. I just want to say that I don't have a show of my own, but I'm constantly guesting on other people's, it feels like I don't have a home. I don't have a place where I can share my ideas, and I'm just kind of leeching off of other people's creativity in a way.
No, leeching. I wouldn't call it leeching for a second.
Well, no, it's not leeching.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, that's a bad word for it.
Creative. If you want to talk about like in terms of creatively, yes.
Yeah, you just like playing in other people's playgrounds,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like I'm going into their houses. I'm I'm building off of the structure that they've already put up. But I'm not, creating my own foundation. And I want to be able to do that. It sounds like a great idea, but it's hard for me to find the time when I have a full-time job, and like I would feel bad as well because I would have to give up these other opportunities that I have to be on people's shows. And I love guesting just solely because I get to talk to all these, great people. Like I'm here right now.
Yeah.
Never would have imagined myself here like a year ago.
Really?
Yeah. Like a year ago, never would have thought that, I would have turned out to really like podcasting and continue to do it for years. I thought ALP was going to be, like maybe 2 or 3 years, and then it would just kind of like, we would move on to bigger and better things. But this is a great thing. I feel like this is something I want to do for a long time to come.
No, it's fun to do. Like one
Yeah.
thing I love about for our show, we always have different guests on all the time, that are in front of us. I don't have to like go somewhere and and go to someone else's studio or go online and a damn Google Hangout show.
Yeah, and it's
you
great
know.
that you have your own studio. That's another thing. I don't have my own studio equipment. Like there's the Puke in the Gang studio in the house that I live in, because my boyfriend is on the show, but also I just don't want to go in there and say like, hey, I'm going to use your equipment every week. What if I mess something up? What if I like plug the wrong thing in somewhere and then it's just all screwed up? I have spilled vodka on the streaming computer before.
Oh no.
That did not end well.
Gosh, a gal using her boyfriend's studio equipment once a week.
Yeah.
I've never heard
I've
of such
never
a
heard
thing
of that ever happened
ever in the history of
Shire.
podcasting.
I'm not the kind of person that would ask for something like that. Like I would want to have my own equipment, and I would want to be able to, like maybe travel around. Like I would love to have a mobile recorder, so I could just record.
We were
out
just
in
talking
public.
about
Brett
this.
Not
Actually.
brought that to Convention. He was recording his own on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
No, I think Andrew actually has one, but I've only seen it a few times, and I think I'll get to use it for the first time this weekend. I'll get more familiar with it.
Oh. Well, that sounds exciting. We need to get one of those one
I'd
day.
love to be able to do a mobile Rebel Love show.
Season 6.
On Free Talk Live, we're
Okay.
bringing people to the ideas of liberty
All right,
every
so-
day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important
So those
issues
watching on YouTube,
years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
stumbled out of the gate a little bit getting this live broadcast going on, but we got it going on now. New computer. We didn't what's the word I'm looking for? We didn't hit the ground running with it. We didn't
I don't know if we're the right way around, or even if we're like,
No, it's the right way. Yeah, it's always inverted on Google Hangouts.
And
but-
does it look skinnier on my screen? I don't know if we're looking like abnormally skinny.
And on the air.
You know what I mean?
Help by joining the AMP program for just $5
Ooh,
a
that
month
was-
at amp.
that was really loud.
Yeah, that was super
Getting
loud.
perks. That's amp.freetalklive.com.
Are you now?
Are you looking for an excuse?
Yeah,
to
and of
come
course
check out
I'm
Capture this
I'm in
fall?
charge of
You're
video
invited to
switching
the
tonight, so
convention
prepare
is
for
your
some
chance to meet
hectic.
dozens of
Yeah, it's not
Video.
easy as it looks, is it?
Well, also we have the Wirecast, the new version of Wirecast right
I
now.
know.
Seasoned veterans.
Anyway,
Hey, you're getting the hang of it,
And
though.
learn about
But yeah, if you're in the if you're checking out YouTube, the cam right now, I am going to leak the season finale of Shire Dude for you guys who haven't seen it yet.
Is it going to be after the show, or is it going to be?
It's going to be
between the breaks?
during a break, and I'm not going to say which break.
Oh.
So you have to stay with us.
All right.
Yeah.
Trust me, guys, you want to watch the Shire Dude leak here. I've already watched it a few times.
I've leaked it to a few different people, and it's gaining steam already, even though it's not even going to be released officially until Sunday.
We need to talk about it on the show.
Yeah.
Look for our page and event
We'll bring
on
it up.
Facebook. That's keenvention.info.
If there was a place that liberty-minded people had been elected to political positions and were rolling
Oh, in the
back
chat room?
Yeah.
would you move there? If freedom
All right,
lovers
I'll
had
allow
secured a 20% voting block
Weird.
and veto most bad
Who said that,
bills,
newbie?
would you move?
Oh, if that's copywritten, that actually might kill our YouTube video.
freestateproject.org.
So you might, yeah.
These things have happened in
If
New
it picks
Hampshire,
it up,
and
you know what I
can
mean?
join us and help.
Yeah.
Damn
freestateproject.org.
robot
Sign up
overlords.
Yeah, just
now
better
at
safe than sorry on those.
freestateproject.org.
If you can't listen to the Liberty Radio Network's internet streams,
Yeah,
free
it probably
satellite
won't pick it
channel,
up
or
because
radio
we've got all
affiliates,
sorts
no
of
worries.
audio going over
You
this
can
right now.
listen to LRN.FM from any
I don't know about
phone,
you guys. I'm gonna start
anywhere.
smoking.
Add this number to your
Yeah, Packet Sniffer. We got an extra camera on here.
0309. It's a long
Yeah, let's see
distance
the
call,
new
so
camera.
make sure you're
Let's see the new
familiar.
camera angle.
Cruise through our
Oh.
angles. Yeah, that extra angle.
Hey,
when
Alan.
into our stream
Look
24
right here.
hours a day.
when our fourth
Call
guest,
here.
that camera right there.
713-0309.
Yeah, when our fourth guest arrives tonight, she'll sit right in front of that camera.
Cato University is the Cato Institute's
I think we need
premier
lighting on that,
educational event of the year.
I know.
Being held
Should I
this
turn that
year
light
from
lamp
July
on?
No,
26th
I
to
dismantled that
31st
lamp
at the
earlier.
Cato Institute's
I'm
state-of-the-art
I got mad at it.
headquarters in Washington, D.C. This
Wait,
annual
hold on.
event brings
Hold
together
on.
That was
outstanding
her thing
faculty
for a
and
while. She used
participants
to say
from
that all the
across the
time.
country and
Nerds
often
at
from
the
around the
mouth
globe,
hole.
with everyone
That's a really
sharing
weird thing to say over and
commitment
over.
to liberty
Yeah.
and learning.
Can you
never
adjust
heard
that
of
camera? So
Genuine
no, never mind. Leave it.
community. You can
Leave it. Leave it.
freely
Leave it.
share viewpoints, concerns, ideas, questions, and more in an atmosphere of friendship and personal respect. It's a one-of-a-kind program for people who don't stop thinking after they got out of school. It's for people who don't want politicians or bureaucrats
talk about
or
next, man?
officials
I don't
to
know.
do their thinking for them. It's for people who value liberty. You'll learn.
Well, we can either
be
talk
inspired,
about the
you'll make
Foundation
new
for New
friends,
Hampshire
you'll meet
Independence,
great people from around the world. All the details are spelled out
or
on the Cato website.
how Ellen is a
and they
nudist.
hope to see you there this summer, July the 26th through the 31st in Washington, D.C. Details are at cato.org.
I'm still feeling the effects of being on the hiatus.
Listen to LRN.FM on any phone, anytime. 213-493-0309. That's
Not working?
213-493-0309.
The Shire Dude lighter not working?
It's not working.
Welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. And besides the technical difficulties on the live broadcast, which is not happening anymore, Shire Dude did have an issue with a lighter, but nonetheless.
Yeah, no, you can check out the cam through shiredude.com. Just click over to the Rebel Love Show, and you should see our beautiful faces.
Yeah, we have a new PC running, a secondary PC just for the video, and it looks spectacular from what it used to look like.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I'm
it's trippy.
I'm digging it, and of course, Learning Hospital. We're gonna get some lighting coming in pretty soon
Yeah.
too, and it's gonna get better and better.
Wow, so is this the first time you've used the green screen on a show?
No, we were using it previously on this laptop,
But we were running all of the audio and video from one laptop, which is just preposterous.
This is dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, in all honesty, like
could
bad
crash.
podcasting 101.
Oh, okay. Too
Yeah.
much information through one channel.
just too visually rich. Yeah.
Yeah, it was literally, there's some episodes that lost quality in audio and video just because everything was running at the same time. I was afraid the computer would freeze up or something like that with all that happening. I remember we actually lost one episode way back in like May, just because of the, it was
Wow.
and that was back in May of last year. And we still kept going. But, well, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, we're not making any money off of this. I throw my own money into this, and sometimes I don't have money to throw into it. But I'm gonna, you go with what you got.
Right, you got to keep going.
Yeah, you got to keep trucking.
Yeah, no matter what befalls you, just keep going over the mistakes. Don't you guys take donations?
Yeah, of course we do. Yeah. Have you donated to the Rebel Love Show yet?
Oh, well, I tried to earlier, but you said no. The coffee's on me.
Oh, well, I do love coffee, and you drove all the way down from the Lakes region, so I felt like the least I can do is get you a coffee.
We are pro coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the coffee is just like a gift.
That would have compensated me for the coffee. It wouldn't have been a donation. It would have been donation if you donated coffee to the
I
to
mean,
the
if I
cause.
donated you $2, would it matter where it went to? Like, that's $2. It's under your control.
I'm not Stefan Molyneux. I'm not going to freak out over $2.
No, I understand. I'm not saying you're going to freak out, but if I give you $2, does it matter whether it goes to your coffee or your computer? Like, it's still money that you're spending in some way that's beneficial to you.
You offered me the $2 after I said I'd get you a coffee.
Right.
Yeah. But it's going toward your coffee. That's not going toward mine. Anyways, losing track here. Okay, so you're now a board member of the Foundation for New Hampshire Independence along with me.
Yes.
And I'm excited to have you on board. You know, I don't really talk about too much on the show, to be honest. I've only mentioned it, I think once or twice, a while ago. I haven't talked about it in, months on this show.
Yeah. Well, I'm excited to be on a board. I'm so new to this, I guess, that I don't have all the info or all the know-how as far as being on a board goes.
Do you think I do? I'll wing it as I go.
When I signed
I'll
up
wing it this as I go.
When I signed up for Trello, I was like, "Oh God, this is a real commitment. What am I gonna do? They're not assigning.
Yeah, no, this is.
I don't know what to do."
You are a secessionist, or I'm sorry, a New Hampshire independence person. What do you I'm trying to walk the walk. You're living the dream, not dream,
Okay,
but
well, If you explain to me what my function is going to be,
what do you want your function to be?
I would be more motivated if I knew.
All right, I can tell you what you need to do.
I want to know what the foundation is about. I've heard the basic explanation, but I want to find where my role is, where my niche is.
Oh no, I'm kind of finding where my niche is in it, and which I kind of feel like I'm becoming the events coordinator because I just start.
I want that job because I do that.
Well, then compete with me.
How?
Okay.
You posted something about this brewery thing that's happening in a few weeks.
Yes, which I'm going to announce on the show.
You also put. Okay, well, I won't go into detail.
No,
about
go
that,
ahead.
But you attached a file that was the flyer from last year and said, "I'll revise this." And I was thinking in my head, I could do this so much better. I'm a woman. I know how to design things.
Well, then design it. You should have commented and said, I'll get to redesign it.
Yeah, but that was my first day being on. I didn't want to step on anyone's toes.
That wouldn't have stepped on anyone's toes. If you're doing something cool, that frees my time up to do something else or cross coordinate or something like that. But anyways, no, the event you're talking about, June 3rd, there's going to be a Brew and Sedition event at Able Ebenezer, which is a microbrewery here in New Hampshire, in Merrimack. And it's pretty much there'll be a talk by one of the board members, I think kind of a meet and greet, but it's also a way for all the other people that are in favor of New Hampshire independence to kind of mingle and get to know each other and stuff like that.
Cool. So that's probably where I'll get to know everyone.
Yeah.
If I can go.
If you can go. You'll be okay.
Okay, how late is it running? Because I might get out of work at 9 p.m.
Oh, my God. Just call in sick. You hate your job anyways. This is more, we're talking about, separating ourselves from the United States government
But
at a brewery.
I'm talking about people who depend on me. You're right. I should just say I need to leave.
No,
I need to leave an hour early.
No, work always comes first. I miss a lot of different activism and other events that happen all the time because, I need to go work my job.
I need to survive. I need to make money so I can keep doing these things.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You have to pay your bills. I mean, for me, I do the exact same thing.
Yeah, not just bills. I like to have lots of books and nice things. It's a waste of money sometimes, but I feel like I could definitely devote more time to activism than I do. I just make excuses because I like being in a quiet, secluded place.
I don't know about you, and I know Shire Dude can relate to this. Both of us kind of feel like because we came here guns blazing. I want to do everything.
Yeah.
Right.
And
then you get exhausted, and then you get burnt out. And then you hone in on where your true calling is, hopefully, and you figure out what you're supposed to do. You just do whatever you liked the most or whatever you thought was the most effective or... Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll dabble in other stuff from time to time.
Sure, yeah.
I mean, my focus is really more so is the show and then also New Hampshire Independence. Maybe from time to time I'll join in and do some other types of activism, though apparently, according to the last Liberty Forum, I was a poly activist, which is kind of weird to say out loud. But
yeah, wasn't there a poly panel? in a lot
There's a
of
poly talk, yeah.
poly talks going
Yeah,
on.
I did the poly talk there with the artist formerly known as O Girl, which was
Right. I
Yeah.
hope they finally release that video soon.
yeah. You know what? I really wish they
Yeah.
would because I would love to post it.
Gosh. Oh wait, the event didn't even record it, right? You
No, but I had a camera guy there.
You had a camera guy there.
Yeah.
And he still hasn't released the footage?
No, and it's been months.
What a lazy bum.
I know.
Oh, wow.
What how
That's
much
horrible.
how much did you pay him though?
I have donated to him a lot of pots in the last few months that he could kindly repay
That's
by
worth a lot.
releasing the video.
It's worth a lot.
Yeah,
I think this camera guy owes you.
we
Trust me.
We should definitely
He
talk to
does.
this camera guy, and maybe he'll see the
Maybe
error in
we'll-
his
maybe
ways.
We'll
Yeah.
have to rough him up a bit.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Not secret, but one thing I would love to see, like, not just me, but other, like, libertarians and anarchists and whatnot, they're all in the poly. Like, I'd love them to, like, make stuff that, like, somehow, like, I don't know, that got into, like, the poly community, like, across the country and stuff like that, or, like, the kink world and other stuff where it's kind of like, hey, this is what freedom is, but to that whole crowd, I think it's an untapped market that libertarians really haven't gone after much.
Is the poly community?
Yeah.
It's probably like a sub community
very
below
small. Don't
below
get me wrong,
like
it's like-
everybody's perception. It's not something
Yeah,
that's
but they're
totally public.
But the thing is, you already have to be very free thinking in order to even be poly.
Yeah, I'm sure they're more open to the ideas, unless it's for some weird religious purpose.
Well, yeah, I don't understand at all why some poly people choose to hide their poly ways. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
No, it makes
I think some people feel guilty. Maybe.
Guilty. Because they're going against the social norm
Yes.
or whatever they were taught as a kid. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Well, I would say this: it's more socially acceptable to be gay than poly in most workplaces.
Yes.
More poly activism coming up.
Worms.
There are two types of pull advertising, like Google AdWords, where a consumer
That was
goes
me.
looking for widgets near them, and you try to
Yes,
pull them in
worms.
with your ad away from the other widget purveyors.
Talk into the
And
microphone.
there's push advertising.
What do
where
you mean when you
push
say
your
worms
message
like
out
that?
about your
What do I
great widgets
mean
and attempt to
when I
In that
say
context.
worms
I know you
like
don't
that?
mean like
At all,
earthworms
what
that
they need in
end
their
up on the
life
Like
sidewalk
earthworm
after it
Jim?
rains.
Radio
You ever play that when you're?
in the course of a week, there are probably over 250,000
What?
good folks
Well,
listening to free
exterminate him.
Someone
And they could hear
Commit
what?
genocide.
We're having a sale
Smash him
right
with
now.
the shoes.
If
I
you
don't
want
know.
him dead, you should go kill him.
230
Why should
second
she
ads
have to do
for
that?
I can't run. I can't host.
That's like
Co-host like a radio show.
with that kind of rate with 150 plus stations. Email me Mark at freetalklive.com and I'll set you up. You don't need to
What do you
have
mean
an
you're
ad
not gonna
we'll
do
make
it?
for you.
You know,
Buy
prevention
200
is a lot
30
easier than
second ads by
treatment.
May
Maybe you guys
15th
should have
and get them for less than
prevented the
$10 a
ants showing
piece.
up in the
It's a
first
big
place.
secret.
No, here's the
You don't wanna
thing.
miss it.
Now, I want to tell you this, okay? There is.
This Your Family Today tip
There's
is
someone
brought
in
to
this
you by
household.
Juicy Juice.
I don't know who it is
100%
yet.
juice, providing a full serving of fruit in
But
every
I've
4
bought
ounces.
multiple.
Visit us at
I'm all in
juicyjuice.com.
favor of complete
When it comes to
genocide against
nutrition,
all and
kids
every
need both
single
fruits
ant
and
that exists near
vegetables
my
every
home.
day to
That's
stay
harsh.
healthy and grow.
They're
For the ideal
invading
mix, your kid should
force.
have at least
They
1.5
take over.
cups of any veggie,
I've
100%
homesteaded this
veggie
area
juice,
well before the
and 1
ants
cup
came
of any
into
fruit, or
this house.
100% fruit juice a day.
Now,
For more
I have
tips
bought
like these,
multiple
visit us at
weapons of war,
parenthood.com/Your
aka
Family
ant
Today.
killer, more than once. And sometimes they disappear and they're not used. Someone in this household has been sabotaging my efforts to commit mass genocide against our
Or
ant
maybe
infestation.
they're wise and they don't like poison. Because that poison's not only poisonous to the ants, it's poisonous to you and the cat. The cat's probably gonna lick it up off the
then
board.
how so would you stop this invasion by ants?
You should first of all remove any food particles that you have lying around that would.
The zebra of the plains
Go ahead.
That would
is
attract them.
perpetually hunted by a myriad of merciless predators.
Hey, where's the lighter, dude?
No,
With
anything
no
that's
purpose
sugary,
other
anything
than
that's
to
like
feed
What are you
just
What are you
spillage.
doing?
The zebra
Yeah,
spends
does that
its
lighter
entire
work?
life standing around
I would
awaiting
like
a
to
violent
smoke.
death.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying I would like to.
Ultimate
I'm not
prey.
saying you have to,
The
or that
zebra
I'm
paces
demanding
the
you
earth,
pass it. I'm just saying it would be
patiently going
nice
through the
if I
motions
could.
of life, knowing
What was I trying to insinuate that you were insinuating?
I don't know. You said I'm sorry. I didn't need you to say you're sorry. I'm just saying.
Why do women need people to say sorry sometimes?
Oh, here comes the misogyny.
All right. Well, sometimes it just makes them feel better. It lowers their defenses and makes them not aggressive. So they're ready to, take whatever, solution might be there.
What?
66, you're cracking me up, dude.
Seriously, I'm
Did you
saying
know that
if
you
you
can listen
say
to LRN?
Oh, no, not.
Hey, guys watching the YouTube, check this out. I'm working out a new shot right now. Actually, as we're doing.
Details at
Then that's a close-up
SAT.LRN.FM.
of
That's
Ellen.
SAT.LRN.FM.
No, you can't. If you move over here, you won't be over there. And you got to sit in the chair.
Then this free ebook.
Oh my god, we're actually recording still. The mics are on.
We're broadcasting.
Babe, you look great with no clothes on. I'm sure the audience will appreciate it.
Anne is very scantly clad over
Yeah,
there. I don't know
she
if you
looks-
guys can.
No,
Let's see if
she's-
I can get her in the
she's
shot
fully
right
clad,
now.
it's just
She
her
is
dress is
gorgeous and
translucent.
what is this called? What is this, babe?
rats-no-snitch.com. That's rats-no-snitch.
It's like a dress scarf that you can tie it 20
You
ways.
can interact with other LRN
There's
listeners.
Anne. There's Anne for you guys on the YouTube.
Yep. Oh, he caught her. It's like Snapchat. We just need to circle her head. Welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. And in case you didn't know, we are, if you're listening to the podcast right now, we are live on LRN.FM. We also broadcast live on YouTube at this time, which is, it's a 10 o'clock time slot Eastern Standard Time. And we're also simulcasted on IPM Nation as well. And soon to be Liberty Movement Radio. We're supposed to set up this week, but I was lazy and didn't even get around to it.
Oh no! Yeah,
Yeah.
We're gonna be back on LMR, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently they don't hate us anymore.
Well, no, they didn't hate us. There was just some drama between
we
some
got-
stations, and we got caught in the crossfire. And now it's all settled. We're gonna be back on there.
All buried the hatch. It's all
I'm looking for other like Liberty stations. Actually, we were talking about this the other day. Like, what is there besides LRN and LMR? You know,
I
like
like to hope this is that's it. There has to be other content out there.
there's got to be some like weird Yugoslavian station we can get on.
Do you think there's like, how like in the Liberty Movement mostly like everyone kind of knows everyone, all of us live in different parts of the country. Do you think there's like a whole nother Liberty Movement that for some reason we don't even know about that is taking place like in other cities or something like that? That somehow these like factions have not like intertwined.
Right. There's like a little orphan boy, and he's like the reincarnation of Rothbard.
I mean, it's entirely possible, but like circumstances dictate a lot. So if there is some little Rothbard hiding in the Amazon, like we may never find out about him because we don't pay attention to every single point in the world, is with equal importance as the world directly around us. So we're probably going to hear a lot about, the communities that are forming around us or in our line of sight, but there could be total underground movements that we don't know about.
Right.
Hello, Rob.
Yes.
Your microphone is muted, apparently, or disabled, according to TeamSpeak here. So
The microphone
I've got
is?
dead air from you.
Whoa. And you don't hear us at all.
There?
Yeah, I'm here.
You got unplugged.
Hello.
Ash unplugged a lot of stuff when she walked off the table.
Hello.
Oh my god. Can you message Ian?
Yeah.
Ian, can you hear anything?
You can't. Okay, I'm in right here.
I
It
can't
should still
type
be
anything.
broadcasting.
This
Hello,
keyboard
Rob.
got unplugged too.
Hello, Shire Dude. Anybody listening? Trying to call your cell phone.
Okay, I'm just gonna disconnect and
It's calling your
reconnect.
cell, dude.
I know.
Not mine.
Hey, I'm connected. It says I'm connected. Oh wait, hold on. I lost the connection to it. Give me a second. How about now? Ian? Can you hear me through it?
You are set as, according to my readout here, it says your microphone is disabled.
Okay, yeah, I see that. I didn't disable it. I didn't change anything. How do I undisable that?
I have no idea. Let's see, look over maybe at the top there. Okay, I'm seeing, at the top there's buttons that looks like this. Microphone mute. And then there's one with a little check mark.
Oh, yeah.
The check mark. Is that?
Now it says muted. Hold on.
Microphone disabled and muted. Now it looks like you're good.
Am I good?
Yep, I hear you now.
Okay, that's bizarre. I didn't even change it. Yeah, okay.
Great.
That was exciting.
Yeah, so apparently somehow we got muted. I didn't even touch anything on the computer, which is kind of bizarre.
I think it was our producer, actually.
Yeah, I think Ash, the studio cat's getting a little pissed off or something like
She
that.
might be sabotaging this whole operation.
Apparently. Usually she's good
Have you
luck.
cleaned her litter box lately?
I actually
Could be
did.
that.
We
Could be.
haven't mentioned her during the show yet, so maybe that's why.
Yeah, she's
she needs her
showing
credit.
true colors, messing up the show on us.
Well, she can't be verbal, so she's got to get her point across somehow.
Apparently she didn't. Maybe she didn't like this or talk on other stations. I don't know. So, yeah, that's craziness. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look,
So-
like we were just saying, push through the hard times.
Yeah. Well, let's go to something funny.
Okay.
All right. So, apparently during the break, well, before the show, we were talking about our policy here in the studio, Ellen. Well, not while we're recording, obviously. Okay.
Yes.
And you said that you were in no way a nudist, where you like your clothes, something along those lines.
Yes, I I like wearing clothes out in public because I want people to focus on what I'm saying and not my body, because I feel like my brain is more important as a person. But
Well, I
just in
understand
general,
public. I'm not talking about
I like
public.
staying warm. That's why I like clothes for the most part, because my body doesn't produce heat, so I have to stay warm. And also, it's just really like I sleep naked sometimes. That's comfortable, but I would not want to be naked 24/7. That doesn't sound fun to me. Like be
who is
cold, I'd feel
24/7?
exposed. I don't know. Actual nudists.
I don't know. That sounds like an extreme to me. That sounds like
Yeah.
if someone was talking about trying like smoking pot, and someone's like, "Well, I don't want to be stoned 24/7." Like he's not talking 24/7
Okay.
here.
Just occasionally, like
Yeah.
in this studio.
Well,
You
this
said
is
the
our
studio
home.
is nudist friendly.
Yes,
That is
I say
true.
it's a clothes optional. I would not judge someone if they didn't want to wear clothes in here.
All right, I understand that, but I would still probably be too self-conscious to do that. And also, I don't know. I just don't. I don't have the urge. I don't have the urge to be naked.
No,
Is
no,
what
I'm not. I understand not the urge to be naked, but the self-consciousness. What?
Yeah,
Oh my god.
I still have self-confidence issues. Like I'll admit that.
I was really thinking about doing a naked episode of Rebel Love Show.
Well, what would it take us to do that? Because I don't know if I can. It has it has to be high enough.
I was going to say episode 50, which is the next episode. Someone else had suggested episode 69, which,
Yeah.
because you wouldn't expect something special to happen, and then all of a sudden, oh, everyone's naked. Or
Well,
just like
you'd have to
episode
do
100 or
have
something.
to do a lot of drugs for that.
doesn't Derek J. Doesn't Flaming Freedom? Don't they get naked at least once every episode?
Derek J showed his underwear on our.
I know that's
on
true.
The episode
he
with
was
him.
he was down to his underwear when he was on the episode.
That was fantastic. We need to get him to do that again with all the new camera angles.
Okay, we could have him like in the green screen right here.
Yes.
What would we put in the green screen?
I'll
though?
I'll just film Derek J doing that in front of the green screen, and then we can put him in whatever episode we want. Just doing that. That'd be great.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
I didn't even think about that.
It's
like
time-
in random episodes.
Yeah.
it could just be Derek J dancing in.
Yeah, it's
a
like when
Speedo
you're on like a
right
weird
here.
website and there's like that pop up of like the lady in the in the lower right hand corner of the screen. She's like, "Hey, click here for a good time." Except it'll be Derek J in his underwear.
Listeners, if you actually start watching our YouTube channel and whatnot, what would you want to see in the green screen.
Right, and what's an episode 50 worthy thing to have in there too? Because that's the next episode. That's gonna be big. Like, we got to do something.
Yeah, I know.
Cool.
It's been over. We didn't do anything for the year anniversary of the show.
No.
So we need to do something for the 50th, which is in 1 week.
Here's an idea. Start doing like themed shows where you have something special you do every show that's a little bit different. Like this time we're gonna do a cooking show, or this time we're gonna do a show trying
Don't
out
you love our
different-
cooking segments?
Oh, who was it that said that?
That was that was Brian Hagan.
Brian Hagan.
Yeah.
In this
this is the Liberty Beat.
in our advertisement, he said that he loved the Rebel Love Show cooking segments.
Yeah, we used to have great cooking segments back in the day.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
No.
Why would he say that then?
Well, because I was in the commercial. I don't know.
He's
That's
just
what
a
he got from
goofball.
it.
I love that we got that voice on our commercial though.
Oh, me too. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you guys should actually do cooking segments and then just use that, play it over again.
Yeah, that's
be
not going to
cool.
happen. Maybe as a side thing. That'd be
Well,
kind of weird to start doing, just as a side thing.
You had the sriracha sauce sitting up here earlier. Makes me think that you're like constantly making food and like all of it is sriracha based.
No,
it's always out.
that's the author that lives down the street.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, there's
Randy,
the sriracha guy.
Randy Clemens.
Yeah. He wrote a book on like a cookbook that does nothing but uses siracha.
The Sriracha
Oh, wow.
Cookbook. Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
thought you were
that's
I
pretty
thought you were
cool.
actually referring to him.
I've actually heard of that, but no, I wasn't referring to it. But I'm glad it, ended up being that coincidence that it did line up with something.
I don't cook as much as I'd like, but pretty much everything has sriracha on it. If it doesn't have sriracha on it, it has hummus on it.
Yeah, well, hummus and sriracha are very good separately, but also good together.
Oh,
They're good on
absolutely.
everything.
Yes, it is. Even though
Even your
Anne-
pupils.
Ew. More cooking segments coming up after the break on the Rebel Love Show.
Bathing suit show.
What if the key to achieving liberty in your lifetime was
Rob
to
in a
move
tuxedo?
together with others who
What?
think like you? Liberty activists are joining the Free State Project, which is over 70% of the way to its goal of 20,000 participants.
You don't have to be the maid.
And they're
You know what?
already
You can
making
wear
the
the
move to
sequin
New
dress,
Hampshire.
and I'll
The
dress up
successes
like
are piling up
some
and are proving
in
Wait,
Syria,
wait,
and
wait,
they're
wait,
desperate
wait,
to
wait.
the point of trying to create
Okay.
a new rebel faction just so they have someone to back. And despite admitting a huge problem with their current strategy, General Martin
Why are we doing this? It's super culty. I love it.
remain hostile towards both the Islamic State and Assad. The plane, an Airbus A330, was serviced at the airport last week.
That's
by
right, he did.
FedEx.
Newbie, come on now. She is like a 12.
Hey, the camera's on you if you want to flip
A
them
Saudi
off.
plane arriving in
There you
Israel
go.
was a-
That's for you, 66.
Quoting the
Oh,
contract,
man.
report- and a forward-thinking
Yeah, I
approach
know.
to
I
new
don't know what it
technology.
is.
This is for you,
I
newbie.
never thought,
Hold on.
I never thought
Terminate
anybody would find smoking
5270
attractive. But
or online at
Oh, I'm with Newbie on this one.
rri.co. Reuters
No, I just
reports
had
a
more.
former CIA officer was sentenced on Monday to 42 months in prison for leaking classified information to a New York Times reporter about a failed U.S. effort to undermine Iran's nuclear
Wow, I
weapons
don't know if I should
program,
get
according to
more
the
highs.
Justice
Should I get more
Department.
highs?
I think you
Sterling
should.
was
You're
convicted
fun. dude, you got some events coming up.
Yeah, man. I've been really digging like the social scene in Manch, like finally coming out after the snow is gone, you know?
Yeah, like especially now, it's like you go out. It's like I want to go outside. I want to leave the house.
Several days, or I've just been like I've been sitting inside, like cooped up, like editing, and then I just like look out the window and I'm like, I'm gonna go for a walk. You know, it's so nice outside right now. Anyway, so one of the walks that we're gonna go on is the Manch Pub Crawl, which is a public event on Facebook. So if you just type in Manch Pub Crawl, you should be able to find it. And yeah, if you're local to Manchester, you got to come out. We're going to spend Bitcoins at Dancing Lion Chocolate on Elm Street, where they just started accepting Bitcoin. That's really exciting. Then we're going to go get high in Veterans Park, you know, just smoking. You know, you can call it a rally, but I really just want to get high. And
I don't blame you.
and then we're gonna go on a pub crawl, and we're gonna go to all sorts of cool bars that a lot of people haven't been to yet.
What's one of the new bars?
The newest bar is the first one we're going to. It's what's it called? I'm really high right now, so I can't remember the name of it. But
that was a great laugh.
Such a great.
Yeah,
You should get that clip and play it over and over.
Oh, please don't.
It's
He's already ruined me as it is.
Oh man, it's exciting. It's a pour your own beer place, which I think
I've heard about this place.
The first one in New England to have that model where you have like a pay card and you put it in a slot and then you on the wall and you can pour your own beer from all sorts of different taps.
Central Ale House.
Central Ale House.
Yep.
Thank you.
go.
And what you just heard
was Cecilia.
Hello, camera.
Hey, how's it going, Cecilia?
Pretty good. Yourself, Shire Dude?
You just like ran over here, right? From
Yeah, I ran all the way from Keene.
Wow.
That's a long, far run.
She's really good at jogging. Oh,
No,
man.
I'm not.
She's so fast.
So now you've moved here. Renee's moving. When are you going to trigger the Ellen down from the Lakes region?
No, I trigger the Cody and Melinda.
No, you
I
have not.
nothing
No,
to do
you
with
have
Ellen.
not triggered that because that has not happened.
It will.
They have not moved.
It will happen. I've only been here like 2 weeks. Calm the fuck down, Rob.
That's like it's like a Shire
Calm
month.
your tits.
Okay, I'll call him.
Put them back in your shirt. Just tuck them in.
I mean, I know you like to unbutton that shirt.
Yeah,
and
that-
show off
who
the
doesn't-
chest hair a little bit. But
Can
calm
you
your tits.
blame me? Yes.
Well, I have seen you naked.
Oh, you just had to bring that up now.
Who hasn't?
Ellen.
Yeah, I haven't.
Not-
I'll admit.
Well, you haven't been here when they're not recording.
Yeah.
Well, a few times, but never seen naked people wandering around, except for the cat.
The
Yeah.
cat's always naked.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, it's a little weird.
And she's
like-
usually getting spanked a lot too.
She's
like,
like the
other people here.
She is the most poly person I have ever met in my entire life.
Right. Like, I keep making jokes about how she has a new poly partner, but like I'm really not joking. Like she
Like-
loves every single human being that walks through that door.
Right.
Like she rubs up. She'll be. You can go full dominatrix on that cat as soon as you walk through the door, and she'll love you for the rest of your life.
She's straight up BDSM kitty.
Yeah.
She loves that shit.
Yeah. It's crazy. She is a crazy, crazy cat. So Pork Fest. You are still organizing. You're one of the main organizers.
Correct. Still doing Agora Valley and doing all the vendors, whatnot. It's fun, but it's also a headache.
I can imagine the stress involved with that job.
But
Just a
that
little
must
bit.
be awesome. You get to see all of the vendors before Pork Fest. Like, you know who they are and where they're going to be.
I know all the things. Not only do I know who they are and know where they're going to be, I get to put them there.
That is
I put them in places.
She's
is a
putting people in their
sweet job.
place.
I am.
You must love that. Oh my gosh, that sounds so much fun.
No, people are a total headache to deal with.
Yeah, but that information is valuable. Like, you can use that. People want to get the know-how about Pork Fest.
Actually, I'm going to be working with Patrick from Liberty.menu, and he's going to have like this interactive map where you can actually rate the vendors and make
cool.
comments and stuff like that.
I
Yeah.
didn't know Patrick was helping with any of that.
It's way cool.
That is so fucking cool. That's so cool.
You were so loud in my ears right
I'm
now.
sorry.
No, he actually approached me about wanting to. Oh, thank you. No, it's not there. He approached me about wanting to do that. So all I have to do is give him the info, and he's going to do all of that, which I think is great.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, and if you haven't checked out Liberty.menu yet, go there. Put your favorite Liberty businesses on there. It's a fantastic resource that more people need to use.
Wow, so it's like Wikipedia for the or Yellow Pages for the Liberty.
Kind of
community.
like yeah,
Liberty
yeah.
menu.
It's like Yelp.
Yeah, it's like
for-
Yelp for like
Yeah.
liberty oriented.
But better than
You
Yelp.
should totally love that then.
Because you can actually trust Liberty Menu. You can't trust Yelp.
Correct.
That's very rare.
At least not New Hampshire.
Oy vey.
Well, hopefully Patrick and Mari don't kill time going to the other side of the planet to live for a while and just move here instead.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna go on their
I'm
adventure.
calling
first,
you
and
out.
then they'll-
I know they gotta go on their adventure.
Yeah, and then they'll end up here. I have faith that they'll
No,
end up
so
here.
do I.
Yeah.
I do.
Mhm.
Though they got to go on our secret mission. We can't say it because they don't even listen anyways.
No, they do. They've listened to us before.
You think they do?
Yeah, they've told me.
Oh,
yeah.
that's kind of scary now. They're getting intel.
Can't be talking smack, man.
Yeah,
So
apparently.
speaking of Porkfest and polyamory, I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna
you
drop
organizing a party.
I'm gonna drop it.
Do
Actually,
it.
no, it's not just me. Shire Dude and I are
Oh.
organizing a party.
Bum bum.
he was
Alt
in on
EXO is gonna host it. It's gonna be a poly party. There is gonna be a polyamory panel directly beforehand, but it's gonna be a fun social event for the polycurious and the polyamorous to kind of talk and educate one another, and other poly people to meet other poly people, and polycurious people to meet polycurious people, and maybe they'll find a partner or a really good friend.
So like a
Wow.
poly mixer, if you will.
Correct.
Yeah.
But poly party is so much better
I
because
know.
alliteration.
Because the alliteration. It's got to be an event page on Facebook soon, right? We're gonna make that.
That's gonna happen.
That's gonna be a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All
So
the things.
if you're listening to a recording of this, by the time you hear this, if you look up Poly Party on Facebook, you should find us. Or you'll find some other really fun stuff. I don't know.
Yeah.
You never know with Facebook.
I'm excited about the poly party. I think it's a great idea, especially because like with a panel, it's like you may not want to like talk out loud, or be on camera because it's recorded and everything like that.
Yeah, there's always a panel, and in my experience, going to the past 3, there's always the same questions and the same general generic answers.
Right.
And I kind of want to dig deeper than that. I feel like I want more social events at Porkfest because that's
Yeah.
what Porkfest is to me. And B, I feel like we're past that. We're no longer at the point of talking about philosophical shit and whatnot. We're at the point of living it. So
Yeah, experience is the best teacher.
correct.
Ellen,
I like that, yeah.
how does it feel to be surrounded by 3 poly people?
I'm cool with that. That's fine. I mean, I'm happy
Just,
for you guys.
well, this whole
You
household,
seem
yeah,
so
all
happy.
4 of us
I mean,
around you.
It's highly contagious,
Yeah.
The poly, it's
I-
catchy.
It spreads everywhere.
I think with my particular mentality, I just don't know if I could take that on. It just seems like a lot of responsibility, a lot of difficulties. I guess you could say.
Well, any relationship has a lot of difficulties if you don't
That's-
communicate.
That's true.
And in polyamory, there's lots of
Oh my God,
communication.
so much communication. Completely honest and truthful, and you need to communicate with.
You need to
all the
share-
Everyone needs to know everything.
All of your Google Calendar information with each other.
Google
Especially.
Google Calendar.
Yeah.
And so, are you guys on each other's Google Calendar? Are you guys sharing Google Calendars?
We don't use Google Calendar.
You don't use Google. How do you keep track?
Rob, you just pointed to 2 people in the room, and this is radio for the most part.
We're on YouTube. We get like some views on YouTube.
And then a podcast. So, I mean, unless you're watching, Rob pointed to me and Cecilia. Just saying.
he needed to know. He needed the podcast listeners to know that.
Yeah.
So why aren't you guys sharing calendars?
Well, he uses a whiteboard.
I don't-
I
yeah.
use my phone, and my other partner just uses his phone as well.
Well, yeah, you can get calendar on your phone.
I don't use Google. I wouldn't use a digital calendar. That's ridiculous.
He straight up told me, he's like, I'm not going to use it. And I was
Yeah.
like, well, then
What are you like
F it.
a technological Luddite?
No, if I don't write it down, if I don't have that active thing, and then it's
Yeah.
a whiteboard that's in my room that I look at every day.
And then he'll sleep
It's
in
called
and miss
touch
dates.
screens. Instead of
Yeah.
writing it on paper, you use your thumbs.
I don't have a touch screen. It's
Yeah, you do have a bad phone. More poly talk when we come back, guys.
LRN
So we're still
your help
hot mics on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Can you turn it down?
on
Yeah,
in
oh, yeah.
Africa. Our satellite provider had
And
us
I'm like,
on at no
cut.
charge
She's the first
from
one, right?
2012
'Cause
to
Wait,
February
I
of this
got it.
year when
Okay.
they pulled the channel off the air. Now we're trying to raise $22,000 to continue reaching people with the message of liberty in places where it's needed.
Police officers.
He
didn't,
he talked to the police.
He didn't use
Oh, it's me.
he didn't
No, it
actually
wasn't
shoot
me.
him.
It was
No.
Guns and Weed.
Yeah, he was
Hey, so what? Hey,
Yeah.
what are we talking about next?
Available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon.
No, let's not talk about things where Cecilia gives her opinion.
The trials?
Makes the perfect gift.
Purist?
Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
Yeah.
Now that you've found the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
may
speaking
wanna
of it,
expose others
it's
to our
on.
great
It
programs.
happened.
To assist
What
you in doing
happened?
so, you'll find
Cake to that camera that's on the
Okay.
table.
Around the world, stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless free market
It's coffee in a container.
Bitcoin cannot be inflated or
There's actual beans in here.
He spiced it up this day.
Stop doing it. You have an
Espresso
I like to put the butt.
Welcome back to the Rebel Love Show. And while all of us seem to be smoking at some point or another on this show, I kind of want to bring up a subject of the spectrum of
The spectrum
of activists here.
of banning.
Of banning.
I like to call it the spectrum of banning. Yeah.
How are we going to get on this on a recording?
Oh man.
Come on. We'll get more. We'll get more.
You guys in your snorting game, I swear.
It's a great game.
Whenever Cecilia laughs, she snorts, and then we count how many we can get out of her.
Not whenever, just when things are funny, like really funny. And then I can't stop, and the counting makes it worse.
At Keenvention, she got up to like 32.
32.
Wow.
And the entire room was counting. Mind you, this is before they found the underwear on the table. This is the night before. There's like 20 people, and I just start snorting, and
It's cute though. It's a unique part of your laugh. Like
Yeah.
people can pick out your laugh from everyone else's. So it makes you identifiable. And probably more relatable. Like people know when you really think something is funny.
Okay.
So, anyways, yeah, the spectrum of banning, Shire Dude.
Yeah. Okay. So, how do I bring this up? Gosh. So there's all sorts of drama that happens. Over here in the Free State. Sure.
And there's factions.
And there's factions of people, and well, I'll start with Joel. Actually, recently I had an argument with Joel on Facebook, and I ended up blocking him from my Facebook.
It's intense.
Not really. I just didn't want to have to deal with his like peanut gallery stuff, like on my page.
Time suck.
Sure. It's a time suck to keep arguing with the same person over and over again. So yeah, it's not like I blocked him in real life. Sure, I'm gonna see him again, probably at some sort of event.
So things you do on Facebook are not the end all be all. Like if you unfriend someone on Facebook, can you still be friends with them in real life?
Like a hand doesn't come down from the sky
Yeah.
and grab them and remove them
Does
from
it
existence.
totally sever the tie that you have with that person?
Right. Like unless they live really far away, like you're gonna probably run into them, at some point.
Right.
Shire Dude doesn't wear ties.
Bow ties?
Nope.
No.
Not even once.
Not even
Shoes? Do you tie your shoes?
Oh, you got me there. Yeah. So anyway, I wanted to bring up the banning spectrum because I see, folks like Ian Freeman. He forgives people like
For everything.
over and over and over again. He's a very forgiving person, and that's not a bad thing. But he's on that one end of the spectrum, and then on the other end of the spectrum, there's folks like Mike Vine.
And he bans everybody.
Who just bans people.
Blocks.
He unfriends people on Facebook
And then
all the
friends
time.
them back, then defriends them.
Yeah, he's all over the place, and I see him as being on the other end of that spectrum. And so, where do you guys fall on that? Do you block people all the time on your? I mean, just on Facebook to start.
Do I? I never actually block anyone.
You don't block people on
Rarely,
Facebook? Really?
Rarely. I'll just delete them, but I rarely ever block them at all.
Huh.
I have a total of like 3 people blocked on
Really?
Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, I only have a few.
Wow.
Like maybe 6.
See, some things I will do, like I don't go to the extreme. Like if I see someone's like news feed that's like absolutely annoying, but I'm still kind of friends with them.
Yeah, you'll hide the news.
Unfollow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's easy enough. But like the only people I ever block are people who are actually agitating me or I don't want to contact at all.
Right.
So like I've blocked those people. There's one person in specific I'm thinking of.
And it's in my head as well.
Yes, I believe we've all made this public in one way or another. But I only I block people that are just pestering me, and I would like their existence blotted out of my daily life. So, it's a nice way of saying, I don't need you around, or I don't want you around.
Well, I usually, for me, I don't block that often. I will, but really rare. I just, I unfollow them. I go to their page and I just unfollow them. So I can still, I can still keep communications.
When you do it, are you like, bye, Felicia?
Yeah, basically. Maybe they can comment on something. They won't know that I'm unfollowing them. They just will never see me comment or like anything they ever post ever. Yeah.
Right, but
at
they
the same
can
time,
still
I could
comment on your stuff.
Yeah,
can't they?
sure. Yeah.
So there's no person out there that you just like. You're sick of this person. They like make you angry every time you read their comments because they make no sense. You just want them out.
Well,
like,
no,
gone?
I'll delete people, but blocking is like a whole nother level.
Well, yeah, blocking is useful because you skip. Yeah, you don't ever have to read their like insane rants. Like, let's say they're in the same groups as you. You're still going to see all sorts of crazy stuff coming out from them, and you could just block them and then have that free experience where you don't have to.
Yeah, there's some people where you like just read the name and you go, ugh,
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah, there's no one like that for you.
No, I I don't know.
You're just way too
I'll be
zen.
honest. I rarely ever read Facebook all that much.
So you're closer to the Ian Freeman side of the spectrum so far. I'm closer.
No, I'm definitely.
I'm closer to the Mike Vine side because I
I'm
block
closer to the
tons
Ian.
of people all the time. Sometimes for no apparent reason.
Just going on a blocking spree.
Blocking spree, yeah. Shire Dude's victimless blocking spree. Wow, victimlessblockingspree.com. Anyway, yeah, and then okay, so then moving forward with that, what about real life? Have you guys banned anyone from your actual real life? Like if you see them, you'll leave, like whatever event you're at.
I don't know about leaving events, but I won't. There's lots of people that I won't. Well, I wouldn't say lots. There are a select number of people that I do not associate with.
Yeah.
There's one person that I see rather frequently, and we just don't interact at all. Like, there's been times when we're both in the same room for a period of time, and we're the only two people, and we just don't talk.
That's just a hard limit. Is that person?
And it's such a hard limit.
Is there like can you feel like an energy from that person where you could just
That we hate each other? Yes.
Yeah.
There's definitely tension in the room that you could cut with like 8 knives.
Wow. See, there's some people where I feel like this is just a part of life where you move to a different area and you never call them or email them and they're just like they fade out of your life. But then again, like I don't do that on purpose per se. Like I could pursue the relationship, but I don't know. I guess it's not that important.
Do you
But
view
there's
it
not-
as more of an inaction than an action? Is
Yeah.
like not associating is
Right.
an inaction? Yeah.
Yeah, to me that's there's only 1 or 2 people where I actually don't like being in the room with them or don't like being around them, and I won't talk to them, and if I do it's usually not that nice, but I get along with most people, as long as they're not being assholes.
Right.
Well, one thing that's odd here is well not odd but unique is because everyone kind of always goes to the same social situations and functions. You hate someone, like you're talking about, you blocked Joel. You're still gonna run into him.
Yeah, we'll still go to the same parties.
Yeah, you'll still see
And
him.
I'm not going to be like a douchebag to him. It's just I don't have to see his crap on Facebook anymore, and I feel better for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, like in the real, like
I'm not going to like defoo him like Stefan Molyneux style.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
Yeah.
But like like if you're living a normal person world in life, if someone really pisses you off, what do? You cut them out of your life.
Yeah.
You just stop associating with him or her and their friends, and you just move on. You go somewhere else.
And I definitely see that as a good thing, like that you can do. That is a tool that you have, is your freedom of association.
Well, absolutely, but it makes
Yeah.
it more intense when they're always around that you don't want to associate with.
Yep.
And they're not going anywhere either.
Speaking of Stefan Molyneux, I brought you $2.
Oh, thank
That's
you.
for you. Just don't yell at me.
I would never yell at you.
More $2 donations coming up. Okay, so that's my bad, YouTube. Because I'm editing shots as we go. Oh, we missed a really good audio moment too. Yeah.
If you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire.
Learning Hospital.
Add yourself to the Shire map at shiresociety.com.
Okay, so you should be able to hear this now.
Howie loves me. Do you remember Howie? He would like every show.
Oh, the YouTube feed is totally down, actually. I don't know what happened. It closed itself.
To move 20,000 people who
That's exciting.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country.
Yeah, you guys are having all kinds of fun things happening.
Yeah. You should have seen the beginning. We didn't have any video.
I've been listening.
The world's largest voluntarist.
Yeah, I don't know if
Yeah.
like you even have the time to set this back
It's
up.
only getting bigger.
It's up, if you don't want to set up, it's okay. We only got 30 minutes left.
Shire Dude. Shire
I mean, you're still
Dude.
recording, so we still have the the video that we'll upload.
Right.
So still change the camera angles and whatnot, but don't worry about trying to set it up.
Demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty.
All right, are we talking about our pre-trial and trials coming up?
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire.
Or Purists.
Documentary by
Talk
Free
about
State
Purists?
Project Early Movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101
I have a pre-trial coming up, and Shire Dude has a trial.
Who's a cat?
Liberty activists around the
What's a
country
cat?
are starting to
You brought a
realize
cat.
politics
You got a
alone
cat?
won't set us
You
free.
brought a cat.
So
Yeah, I
we
know.
will. At Liberty on the Rocks, we believe
I
the
know.
answer starts with living your principles, spreading ideas, and connecting with those
I
around
know.
you. By
Show your
starting a
face,
Liberty on the
Rob.
Rocks network, you can make a difference
I would
by
actually be
uniting
re-
libertarian thinkers. Find
What
out
are
how
you-
much
Shutting my
fun it
face.
is to build your local network
Shine
from the
your
ground
face?
up.
I'm shutting
Visit
my face.
libertyontheRocks.org
Ow.
today to get started.
I guess you can shut it.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM in your social networking profile. 2.
Cat in a
buy the
bag.
things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm.
Is that on drugs?
3.
Yeah, I had a cat. Yes, it's called Pot.
amp.lrn.fm. You likely buy all kinds of things online.
Oh,
Amazon is the largest online retailer. You can get what you need at the same great prices, and LRN gets a cut. Please do your online shopping at shop.lrn.fm.
Because we are
Yeah, Shire, do you sing the rest of the song?
Please do not
He's busy
reply
doing things.
to all
You can't
when
disturb
you
him
can
right now.
instead
I know,
reply.
he's focused.
I was recently
Hey,
in
Cecilia, what would you like to
500
talk about on the
invited
next
to a
segment?
corporate reunion. It's always a warm affair.
What would you like to
and
bring
that's
up?
the problem.
Anything you
Enthusiasm
want.
for our upcoming get-together caused many recipients to RSVP the
Why
organizer
are you looking at me like
with a
that?
cheery reply to all. I can't wait.
demanding?
Then others piled on.
Why am I
with a
demanding?
reply to all to that.
Do you want me to demand? I can do that if you'd like.
Of my office now, autoresponders
No.
joined in. So
That's
I
not my
replied to
relationship.
all,
Sometimes,
asking
look,
that we
babe,
all
you know this
reply
more.
only
You know
to
this
the
very well.
organizer.
Sometimes
At least
women
I
just need to be
tried.
told what to
One
do.
invitee, apparently retired, shot back. "Point taken, but I really
You know,
like seeing the
sometimes I'm pretty
responses since they're
indecisive,
so
but I wouldn't say that
positive."
about all women.
Smiley
I'm not
face.
saying all
Or all
women all the
situations.
time. I'm just saying
Bar.
some women
Survivalspeech.com.
sometimes.
I'm Holland Cook.
You can put the
I don't
Liberty
think
Radio
so. I don't
Network
think they
on
need
I'm
the
not
air in your
complaining,
area.
babe.
Visit broadcast.fm to learn how.
Well, Anne's trying to show her tits on the camera.
See, I told you. Like this.
And we're
We're
back.
back. I love how she screamed that.
Yeah. Oh man. So yeah, the YouTube was down for a little while. We got it back up.
It's a good thing because there was a wardrobe malfunction in the studio. So
What?
But you said you were okay with
while
it.
you're editing.
You were so focused on the computer,
Oh, you-
Anne's top fell down.
Yeah. And she's back too.
Oh man, I totally missed this.
I
Wait,
know.
hold on, Anne. What happened? Can you
Yeah,
yell
the
it for
camera
the
zoomed in
radio?
on her.
You can't rewind the footage.
Yeah, this
There
is radio too. So. Okay.
I actually edited a shot just for Anne, and I put her on the screen right now.
You know what you should do? We're playing around with this, but
Yeah.
you know what you should do next time? You should actually
I could probably put like a mustache on her or something.
No,
Okay, go
what
on.
you need to do is just take that video and put that on the green screen.
On the green screen behind us.
Yeah, so she could be sitting there
So
behind
Anne's in
us.
the shot,
She'll be
yeah.
watching the show from the other side of the room.
That's way trip. We have way too much fun with the video from the show, even though
just
It's
imagine
so
what it's
awesome,
gonna be
though.
like.
It's a really great effect.
Thank you.
Oh.
It's
Like it's really unique. Like it would make watching the show so much more
We're trying to make it.
fascinating.
We're trying to make it fun.
I want
Yeah.
I want to have the most visually rich show in the Liberty movement.
I mean, like, I've said this before. Like, I kind of get tired of all the same Liberty shows. Where I mean, there's a good place for it and people need it, but I already know what it means to be free. I don't need someone to tell me what that means anymore. If that makes any sense.
You're
And that's,
making your own ideas now.
Yeah, and now it's to the point like, okay, I'm here and I'm a podcast junkie, and there's no podcast for me really to listen to. And this is kind of like what I would want to listen to, something that's fun and entertaining, that's not just about waking people up.
Let's talk about economics.
Propaganda.
Please lull me to sleep with your incessant talk about
Did you know-
economics.
did you
and
know we're
Bitcoin and gun rights.
yeah.
Did you know that we're on a tax plantation?
Did you know that you're all cattle?
This is the story of your enslavement.
What is it, the Stefan hour? Jesus.
I listened to almost all. I didn't get all the way through it, but I listened to almost all of Human Action via audiobook in the car, like every day throughout like 2012.
Wow.
It's such a long
That sounds rough.
book. And I'm done. Like, I want to talk about fun stuff now. Right? Like, I've passed that.
Like we get the basic ideas. We just want to like build off of that.
Right. Like, I want to
Enjoy
live
your freedom.
freely now that I've moved to the free state that is New Hampshire.
That's why I want to have a poly party instead of,
Right.
another
Yeah.
panel. There's so many panels and speakers. Let's have parties and do fun things and talk about cats.
Yeah.
Speaking of cats, Ash.
Enjoy life.
No, she's been bad. She messed up the studio
Earlier, yeah, she was like
you
unplugging
didn't hear.
cables and stuff.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't give her nod as being producer.
She actually
so
doesn't have
she's
her
like,
chair too. Usually she has a
Oh,
chair right next to me.
Ooh, maybe that's why
surprised
she's
she's
angry.
I'm surprised she's not on the table right now, being like, "Pet me."
Yeah, freaking out.
Well, I
my
got
God.
her a studio bed.
Yeah,
right
she
there.
loves that
Oh
thing.
my god, she's in there all the time.
Mhm.
Yeah, she loves that thing. So that's actually helped a lot with like her jumping up on the table all the
So
time.
now she has her own area.
Though it makes good YouTube for the cat jumping up, but
Yeah, but that makes good Snapchats.
it
or
does
bed.
make it
Mhm.
makes great Snapchats. And the thing is, Ash is not just a star of like Snapchats. She has a whole episode dedicated to her in Shire Dude.
The finale episode of Shire Dude, episode 6 was called
I was
Ash.
referring to 6. I always try to spoil the
No,
season
but the
finale of Shire Dude.
The finale episode, I'll tease a little bit. Yeah, it's got Ash in it. It's got a lot of Objectivist Girl in it. It's got a lot of Carlos Morales too.
Yeah,
I think
a
the
lot of
person-
close-ups of Carlos Morales. Uncomfortably close-ups.
Oh man. Oh hey, if you want to see a cool video with Carlos Morales in it, go to shiredude.com and look at the potpourri video list. And Carlos Morales is now front and center on there. I put a video up with him in it. It's actually really entertaining. We should watch it after the show.
He's a fascinating person in the community.
Yeah.
To say the least.
He's always going at like 200 miles an hour.
Yeah,
It's
he's a
hard to keep
live
up.
wire.
Yeah.
He is hard to keep up with. No doubt. Yeah, he's a fast talker.
When he was on here for his episode, when it was both times, when it was just him and even when it was him and Brett, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is so quick. It is tough to keep up with him. Just
Yeah.
even just my mind processing, not like adding to the conversation even, just like my mind processing what he's talking about.
Yeah, before you even get to think about what you're going to say.
Yeah.
It's like I still have to understand what you got out like 200 words in 2 seconds.
Right. But that's cool though.
Yeah, it is. It's awesome. I wish I could do that, to be honest.
So
you got to get on his level.
So what else do people have to look forward to in the last Shire Dude? Sell it hard.
I think I just sold it, man. Carlos Morales and Ash and Objectivist Girl, or the artist formerly known as O Girl.
Yeah, there you
go.
If this is a ringing endorsement, I snorted several times throughout it. My first watch through, and my second, and my third.
People have been watching it over and over again. The people who it's been leaked to keep telling me that they keep watching it.
I think I'm on 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So it's not up for public consumption yet?
It will be up on Sunday. This coming Sunday, the 17th.
Which is right before or after.
Yeah, the crawl.
Pub crawl.
So at the end of the crawl, we're all gonna watch like the Shire Dude finale together.
Wow.
The Manch pub crawl.
Though if you're a listener of this show live, the LRN chat got the leak. during
Right. The
break.
LRN chat already got the leak of the video.
So that's a good reason that people should watch us live and get in the chat and interact with us. And if you have any questions for us, Shire Dude's always watching the chat. Actually, the YouTube video, he actually throws the chat in during the breaks, which
Right.
is pretty badass to say the least. So like if you're gonna watch this on YouTube, you actually can watch the chat live as it's going on during the commercial breaks, which is just, and he put that together like on the fly.
Yeah.
Like during the break, he's like, he just like gets in the zone and is just like focused on the computer and he's like moving windows around left and right. Next thing you know, he's look at this.
And then he misses Anne's top falling off.
Well, yeah, he missed some important
Ian.
Well, I mean, you do live together, so you probably see that enough.
Yeah. This is a naked place, so yeah.
I've kind of seen everyone in this room naked except for you.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, if
Wow.
you'd been around during Porkfest, you probably would have seen.
I was around during Porkfest.
Whoa, you're
I mean,
naked.
like,
Wait,
around-
whoa,
around-
whoa, whoa, whoa.
What happened at Porkfest?
Yeah.
This sounds like a story. I like stories.
Oh, I just
Tell me a story, Ellen.
Tell it.
I used some ecstasy while I was at Porkfest, and
You got naked?
No. I mean, there's just a lot of interesting things that happened that I don't exactly, remember knowing why I was doing it.
Because it felt good.
Yes, pretty much. So there's a lot of that. There's I'm glad there's no pictures circulating, but somebody in the chat mentioned people standing on boxes dancing.
There's pictures of me doing that.
I was one of those people. I was up on boxes dancing.
That's a thing.
Yeah.
And
And
I love
also-
Buzz's Big 8 dance party.
Yeah. Oh, that was a wonderful time.
This is the last one.
I know.
Coming up.
I'm so sad.
I'm sure there'll be another one after. It just won't be
No,
Buzz
but
doing
it'll
it.
be Buzz's last Big 8 dance party. It's been a staple of Porkfest since like 2008.
Yeah, and
or
Buzz
something.
is amazing. She's like awesome at running this stuff.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. Well, Elton, what are you gonna wear for it though?
What am I? I don't know. I thought
You're gonna do a costume?
Anne was supposed to pick out my costume because the one I was thinking of is like neon yellow like shirt with a skirt or something. I don't know. I haven't tried it on yet. Honestly, I haven't spent too much time thinking about it, but like that's what comes to mind.
Well, you got to
Because
plan
it's
ahead.
bright
Cecilia's
colors.
already planned it all out. She's locked and loaded.
Yeah, I still have to go get with Colleen so we can do measurements and all that. But she's a very quick worker.
Yeah, I know.
Very
last year you had a cool like tutu.
I was Rainbow Bright,
Yeah.
motherfucker.
You
I
had
remember
a
that.
pink
I don't even
tutu
know
with
what
a
that
corset
is.
top.
Yes, I was a raver Rainbow Bright, and I almost won if it hadn't been for goddamn Vermin Supreme. Shouldn't even been up there. Wears a boot all the time.
Yeah, that's his actual clothing. That's
It's
not,
not
a
a
costume.
costume?
Yeah.
That sounded planned.
Well, hopefully
No, we're just that good.
you'll beat Vermin Supreme this year at the Big Gay Dance
I'm gonna
Party.
beat everybody. A woman will win.
One can hope.
There are two types of
You love having the last
advertising.
word.
Advertising, like
Yeah, I
Google
do.
No, but every single year.
You could have kept going, you know.
And then you would have said something, and then we would have been done.
Ooh, Howie likes Molly.
Well, there's only 30 seconds.
Howie likes Molly.
Ooh.
And Molly likes Howie.
No, but seriously, every single year of the Big 8 Dance Party, of the winner of the best costume has always been a man.
What were some of the best costumes?
Hmm?
What were some of the best costumes?
My first year that I went, it was actually Flaming Freedom that did it, and Pete Air won that one, wearing 2 pairs of my tights. Literally 10 minutes before, he's like, "What do you got?" And I was like, "I have these neon tights and these black tights," and he put them both on, and he won best costume. And then the next year, Eddie Free won. He had rainbow tights on with a tutu and fairy wings and a cowboy hat. And then last year, Marcus won with his gay cowboy, which was a pretty good gay cowboy. He had like a fishnet shirt, but damn it.
New Hampshire is under quarantine as walking
My free
corpses
button.
devour the flesh of the living. Max
Last
is 11
segment.
years old and surviving alone. Slow moving and non-thinking, the dead swarm his home. Now he must apply his Porcupine Freedom Scouts training to improvise his escape.
What are
Look
you
for
gonna
Survivor Max
dress
on
up as?
Facebook. Read
Shire
reviews
Dude?
on
Yeah,
Amazon,
Shire
or
Dude.
read chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
You know
Do
what
you
he
want to
should
be
do?
Huckleberry Pie?
I got a great idea.
About what's happening with the Liberty Radio
He's-
Network
he's
delivered
focused
the
again.
way you prefer. You can
Just
sign
get like
up for our email updates at
paint his face
updates.lrn.fm.
on his chest really
Plus, you can
big,
stay in the
and
loop
then he can
by
just
joining
wear
our
like
Facebook profile
I don't know,
at
like
facebook.lrn.fm
whatever after that,
or
but
follow
like
us at
shirtless with
Twitter
that
at
on his chest
You know, I'm
because he always
pretty
wears a shirt.
I'm pretty sure they both agreed to let me do them in drag, so I might just do them in drag.
Facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page and Twitter.lrn.
Okay, what are we talking about next?
To receive our tweets.
She thought I was hitting on her.
The federal government would like to remind you
Hey, we're going live in like 30 seconds.
I don't want to.
Maybe a minute.
We have taken care of this for you. Simply pledge allegiance to those who keep you safe and avoid dangerous
Oh, yeah,
behavior,
yeah.
worst of which questioning
And then the
authority.
next one.
How long do you want to live in blissful ignorance while each day the
Yeah.
state assumes more power over you and your stuff? Do you remember signing off on that? Or do you accept it because it is what it is? I'm sure it feels real nice to hang out at the mall with your BFFs, and if you have a problem, just vote for the other
know.
powerful political party for your solutions.
I'm
I
aware.
don't have the luxury because one day I found something hang out.
I love that
own
dude.
myself. And you know what
That was
useful
so
thing is
cool.
in there? My brain. The steak
Did you
keep trying
see
to tell you what to
the
do.
head up
Yes,
there?
the head
It's
and
amazing.
To decide who controls
We gotta
your
see how that
thoughts.
looks afterwards.
Oh my god.
I could have so much fun with this.
I know. Just be
Anal your
careful.
way to success.
You need to watch that episode. Anal Your Way to Success. It's a Seditious Sirens episode.
Wait, what?
It's called Anal Your Way to Success.
What?
You should
Are
watch
you
it.
fucking kidding? Oh, it's from the thing.
Radio station.
All right, we're coming back, guys.
LRN.FM to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area.
So hitting
you
this?
can have LRN.FM running
Yeah,
around the
right
clock,
there.
and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in.
LRN.FM.
Broadcast.LRN.FM. That's
.lrn.fm.
I love.
Oh,
my
I thought we were
magic
back.
mug.
Now I'm sorry,
I drink
guys.
a lot of coffee. Had
I
stains
love
on my
coffee.
teeth. Then
Love
I
it.
found my
Ow.
magic mud. And I was
Easy
told that it
there.
removes
You know, these mics aren't cheap.
Breaking the studio.
Dude, no, I'm clumsy as fuck. I don't even know what these are over here, nor do I know what to do with them.
With four, my teeth
The
are
amount
as
of
white
things
as
I
you
hit them
normal
off
folks out
of
there.
is ridiculous.
Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a
Speaking
jar.
of coffee,
mymagicmud.com.
I own a coffee pot now, and it's awesome.
mymagicmud.com.
It's about time.
I can just put this.
You can connect with
Go
the
ahead.
Liberty Radio
No, fast, hurry.
No, it's shut
I hope that goes into the break. Oh my god, go into the bumper. Go.
And that's Cecilia welcoming you back to the Rebel Love Show with a lovely Rebel Love laugh. Oh my gosh. Just 3?
Okay. That was beautiful.
That was such good timing too.
Yeah.
I know, right? The LRN, universe got to listen to what we were talking about just 2 breaks ago. It was beautiful.
All the snorts belong to me.
Not
Okay.
anymore.
So, anyways, coming up again at PorkFest this year, we it's basically got confirmed today that myself, Shire Dude here, and then also Derek J. and possibly Bo Davis.
Maybe. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
On Friday at noon, tentatively. It's not penciled in yet. But we're going to be doing I know Cecilia here was going off on panels.
We were just talking about how boring the panels are.
I know we're now
Oh my
announcing a
God.
panel.
Oh my god.
Well, no, we're going to do a panel. We're going to actually make it fun.
Yeah, we're going to do a fun panel.
Yeah.
It's just going to be about, what to do when you're documenting activism or what, cool tech to use, something along those lines, and kind of like a Q&A. But I know that made it sound boring, but it'll be cooler than how I'm
It's
pitching
gonna
it.
be like a dynamic Q&A.
Yeah.
Where you can joke
Or we can just
around.
tell stories of like situations that have happened when we're recording.
You know what I learned my very first time recording cops, my very first time being an activist? Don't yell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't yell.
Don't yell.
Don't come off as angry or crazy.
Don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to take Tally's advice, Jason Talley, who used to be here and then he left. He always tried to make himself look like the good person in the video. Whenever he's filming, whatever he's doing, he always tried to look like the good person, like asking reasonable questions and not yelling and not being a douche. Because then when people watch it, they're like, oh, this guy's so reasonable and these guys are such jerks.
Oh, yeah, because, you come across yelling at a cop, it's going to, someone who's on the fence or kind of likes cops or something like that, they're going to view you as, like, the bad guy. If you keep your calm the whole time, the cop's freaking out.
Yeah, it does make you seem more relatable
Yeah.
when you're calm.
Though at the same time, sometimes freaking out on a cop is good YouTube material, too, regardless.
Well, I mean, if you want viewers, sure. But if you don't want to go to jail, if you don't want all that much trouble, just don't get angry. Let them do their job because they're just trying to get a paycheck like everyone else.
I mean, we all know that, all publicity is good publicity, so.
All of it? Really?
I was being facetious.
I
I'm
mean,
sorry if you
come
couldn't
on,
tell that
people.
from my tone.
No, I mean, I can pick that up. But, I know people think that. There are some people that think that. And it's like, really? All publicity? I feel like that's... there's got to be some publicity where you don't want to be associated with that.
No.
I mean, it depends on how serious you take yourself, right?
I'm very super serial. So super serial.
Like Shire Dude. Like, what could possibly soil the name of Shire Dude? I'm already a parody of myself, right? What?
Yeah.
What could come out?
I don't
Me dancing
believe-
with a lampshade on my head? That'd be funny. That'd be a great Shire Dude moment.
I don't think there's a single thing that could come out
That would soil my reputation.
destroy your reputation.
I'd have to
as
be like
Shire
a
Dude.
closet Nazi or something, or just something like way overboard, you know. And now I really want to stage something like that just because I said it just now on the show.
Somebody's gonna take a picture of you spanking the cat and pose you as an animal abuser.
Oh,
and then PETA's gonna come after you.
PETA.
Do you know how much publicity we would get if PETA came after us beating the shit out of Ash?
Right.
Oh my God. We would blow up. That'd be great.
I have 2 words. Ice luge.
I have 2 more words: shaving video.
Yes.
Oh man.
Someone
What
killed
was
Ash.
it?
We did
That was
talk
a-
about the ice luge though on
Oh.
the ice luge episode, so
Yeah.
we already went over that.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was just alluding to something that could possibly ruin your reputation.
It
Although
didn't,
it
though.
didn't.
I don't think it did at all.
Didn't know.
People love me.
I'm sorry. Anytime someone, their first instinct is to take whatever situation and go to Facebook
Yeah.
instead of talking to the person directly or trying to mediate or one of the millions of options there are first. If your first, your best instinct is to go to Facebook and be like, bleh, I lose like almost all of my respect for you.
Facebook, that great place where all the pieces made.
Yeah, you don't need an audience when you're trying to sort out a disagreement with people.
No, it just makes it
Yeah.
worse because then there's peanut gallery and there's
Yeah.
discussions and then there's misinformation.
Yeah.
Don't
The
put your
Facebook
dirty laundry
Facebook
out.
should only be used as a
Last
nuclear
resort?
option,
Yeah.
last resort. You've tried everything you can and get to there. I've had disagreements with other people in the community, and that was solved through negotiations with each other.
Arbitration.
Yeah, that we didn't make it public immediately on Facebook. This is going down right now. That's not something I would want to ever do unless that's literally the last moment to do so.
There was that one movie, We Live in Public. It was a documentary about a guy who put a bunch of cameras in his house, and everyone watched him 24/7. Everything he did,
Wow.
and his girlfriend too. I don't know if she was his wife or his girlfriend, but they broke up because of it. Because whenever they got in an argument, instead of hashing it out themselves, they would log into chat rooms and chat with the people watching them, and go for like, oh, who's gonna take whose side?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I would not want other people deciding, like factoring in on my arguments.
Yeah, and I mean that movie came out forever, or
That'd be so
that thing
confusing.
happened forever ago before Facebook was big even.
Well, I mean, there's something wrong with like reaching out to friends for like opinion and counsel on like a decision or something like that, or to relate. Here's what's going on. How do I handle that?
I feel like that's like intellectual laziness, though. Like you don't want to make a decision, or you're afraid to commit to something, so you ask other people.
Well, no, because sometimes, like I personally, I like to talk to a specific person about issues that I'm going through, and it helps me think through things because I'm actually saying them, and it's not just in my head. Because sometimes in my head I go to crazy town.
Yeah, well, for something like that, if you're discussing like why you feel something or what you're confused about, if that's a private conversation, I feel like that's okay. But if you're opening it up to everyone,
Yeah, no,
then
it's completely different. That's,
yeah.
Talking in person is not like even going public anymore. Like
Yeah.
public is putting it out on the internet.
Yeah, that's just inviting in a whole lot of trouble that you don't need.
Yeah, I mean, I'll talk privately with people about like what's any issue going on with me if it involves someone else or whatnot. If I need counsel, I mean, sometimes I don't know what the right strategy or course of action I really should take. And I love it when someone like can help me out, like give you little pointers, like maybe you should really think this or think of it a different way. Like it helps me think through issues.
I would much prefer if someone has beef with me, if they just message me first, and then we could squash it. Right.
Yes.
Before going full
Squash the
Facebook.
beef.
Yeah, squash the beef with me.
Yeah, I mean, I still don't understand why people go public first without even communicating with trying to resolve any issue that people have.
I think it's out of fear. I mean, it kind of seems that way.
See, that's possible. Sometimes when I see that, it's like that is their last recourse because they know they're wrong. And I'm not just saying with like having eyes. I'm saying like in general that I've seen. There's like a personal drama that happened with some people in the community about a week ago, and when the truth came out, I'm like, it makes sense why he posted what he posted because he was in the wrong to begin with, and that was the only way he.
Every other course of action would have resulted in him getting
in the same situation.
Yeah.
So in those situations, I'm not saying I support it, but I can understand why that happened because I would just logically go through all the scenarios. But that's just me. But anyways, Cecilia, where can everyone find you at?
Porkfest.com.
Just porkfest.com.
Go buy your tickets. Become a very inspired porcupine.
It's worth it, people.
It's totally worth it. Rob did it. I'm a very inspired porcupine. Ellen, you should be one. Shire Dude's getting a media pass, so we're all set. Oh, Anne's here too.
Yes.
Anne.
Well, yeah, we're both VIPs.
Very inspired porcupine.
Yeah. What about you, Ellen? Where can the LRN chat find you?
Sometimes I'm on Puke in the Gang, so Puke in the Puke in the Bang. No, pukeinthegang.com.
Pukeinthegang.com and Shire.
Or sorry,
one
more.
Go ahead.
NPLFA.
What is that?
Nonpartisan Liberty.
Oh, I thought you said something else. It's just like, you know my opinion on the name.
Yeah, just had to get it in there.
Good
I know
guy.
it's long.
Yes, he's a great guy. All right, and Shire Dude, where can people find you?
Oh, it's all at shiredude.com.
And when can the rest of the world find the last episode? When's it going to be released again?
Guys, the last episode, if you go to shiredude.com, just click on the third Doge. And if it's past Sunday the 17th, it's already up. It's already on YouTube. You can just look it up.
Oh, you're just releasing the whole thing at this point.
Yeah.
now.
I'm just blowing the lid off
What if
things,
these
man.
people just start sharing it, like on their Facebook pages?
Then it happens. I don't mind leaking it to a few people and then having a grand opening.
And
That's
then
how
people are
people
like,
release media nowadays.
Don't leak it. It's a secret.
Right, and because it's a secret, it makes it taboo and it makes you want it more.
Man, you're just diabolical.
Trust me, you want that Shire D.
I'm good. I'll take. I believe you, though. I believe you. Trust me. And you can find the Rebel Love Show at rebelloveshow.com.
And say goodbye to people on the camera.
Show your tits.
Keep saying goodbye. Oh, there. Whoa.
Hi, I'm Derek J.
That was such a perfect ending.
Yeah, that was amazing.
To advance a cause. The cause for which I work is personal freedom. I believe my life is best when I engage in voluntary interactions and self-government. I reject the idea that anyone else has a higher claim to my life.
I thought my volume was turned down.
I'm going to have to ask Ian for a copy of the show from his end.
Who's that guy? He's always posting something.
Not sure if, like Ina said, Facebook status shows support or if it means